tasty, tasty. Hey folks, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope you're having a really good Sunday wherever you are. Welcome back to the stream. Angry Swan is here. Wait, I'm reading the wrong part of chat. Jehovah in bed got first today. Says, good evening all. Did I beat Reed? Yes, you did, good sir. You beat Reed today. Reed came second, 23 minutes later. So yeah, Angry Swan is here as well. So is Captain Reed, saying happy Sunjay chat. Frankie1001 is here as well. Captain Reed, thank you so much for lighting up the rocket ship. There it is. You like my rocket ship? Do I now? Do I? Jehovah in bed as well. Gemma's here as well too. Pestilence, thank you so much for 23 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate you. There is the sublight for Wolfie as well. Thank you so much, Wolfie, for the subs too. Pestilence, it missed you because you did your subscription notification before I started, before I became live. So I will set this going up for you in just 1 second. There you go, Pestilence. You have now lit up my rocket ship as well. Thank you very much. Basil is here as well. Rue is here too. Says, Hola, football and keyboards time. Yeah, football is happening, apparently. I am not following the final particularly.
Tasty.
Spain. We'll see how that goes. Storesness, thank you so much for lighting up the pink rocket ship as well. To the moon, he says. Nice. Filio Fish is here as well. Chaos 23. Wolfie was a 32-month streak. Thank you so much for that. Beast of Bagland is here as well with the thumbs up. Basil says, I recommended the stream to someone from our antenatal class because he showed the barest hint of an interest in keyboards. Hey, well, you know, sometimes that's just how it be.
Tasty.
Void Manger, thank you so much for 48 months of subs as well. Thank you so much for that. I will catch up with the notes in a second, but the pink rocket ship is lit up for you. Storesness was subbed with 63 months. 63 months. That's kind of insane. And Void Main, that was 48 months. That's just a huge number of months. Like, it's a huge number of months. Thank you so much and happy PT birthday. Wow, what can I say? Clucky Keeps is here as well. Thank you very much for being here, guys. Right, okay, so let's just jump straight into some PT news. This week is a weird one. So I'm off on Friday, Mel is also off on Friday, and Sharon is going to be here at the workshop taking over from both of our duties, packing and shipping orders. Sharon doesn't know where stock's kept, so that may go well or it may not go well. I don't know. But Mel has to take a day off on holiday. I was supposed to be getting some tattoo work done on Wednesday just gone. Unfortunately, due to issues out of my control, that got cancelled and it had to be moved to this Friday coming. So Sharon is going to cover for both of us on Friday coming. I don't have to be at my appointment until 12 in the afternoon, so I think I'll come in the morning, pack all the orders, and then Sharon can just be here for DHL and DPD. Up until the end of the week, though, Mel and I will be in. Mel will be in Monday and Wednesday. I'll be in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we'll be tackling the rest of the shipment that's arrived. So there's a lot of Neo products to go out. There's some more keycap sets to go out. There's some more desk mats to go out. There's a lot of other keyboards as well. I think there's there's some Canon keys, keyboards, and stuff like that. So lots and lots of stuff to work through. We'll start tackling that Monday. Now, interestingly, we may not ship anything on Monday, even if we pack everything. And the reason for that is because DPD are coming with some new software for labels on Tuesday, which should fix some of our headaches. To put that into context, every courier service we use has this same issue. If you process an in-stock order, they're great, they can keep up with that. But what happens is they only store orders for 60 or 90 days, and after those timeframes, the orders drop off the courier systems. So even though they've imported them from Shopify, they drop off the systems for space-saving reasons, I would imagine. But a lot of our orders are 6 months old, 12 months old, 18 months old. And what happens is then we have to manually go and create a label by copying and pasting every single line of the address. And it's a bit of a pain. Now, DHL did come up with a fix for international packages a while ago. That works just fine. DPD are coming on Tuesday with their purported fix. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Firetech is here as well. Says, good evening, Jay, in the Keep Folk community. Captain Reed says, I would like to know what you think in terms of what board I should put Santa Lum on. I put some options in SPC the other day. I think you should, going from what I know of your boards, Reed, I think you should put it on the green Theseus. That's what I'd like to see on. I don't know if you've posted that anywhere. So yeah. But yeah, try it on that board. That's what I would do. God help Sharon. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Realistically, she just needs to be here to keep the doors open for when they come for the collections. That's all. DPD, I believe in you. You can do it. So it's interesting because the way that how DHL got around it is they changed a bit of they changed the way that their software works, not just for us but for everyone because of us, I think. And they now treat you can add tags in Shopify to orders and products and items, and what we can do is we can add a tag to a product, and if we add a tag to the product, it updates. Sorry, add a tag to the order. Sorry, and if it that means that the order has had an update, and DHL system now looks for the updated date, not the original created date. If that makes sense. So when an order is created, this is what most courier services look at. They look at the order created date. They hold it for however long, 60 days, 90 days, and then it drops off the system. DHL changed that to be the created date, or if there is a tag, the date the last tag was added. And that is live for everybody, every store that uses Shopify for DHL, which is great. Now, DPD have been saying they can't do that, or they don't want to do that, but they do have something, but I don't know how it works or what it does. We should just have to wait and see. The real solution for this is we should have an ERP which sits between Shopify and DPD, but like that's just another thing to pay for. And when I've looked at that, most good ERP systems are about $2,000 to $4,000 a month, and I don't want to pay that because that's money I could use on other things. So I'm making it the courier's problem. So we'll see how that goes. Sure, we could write something custom for that. Yeah, I think the issue is it's got to be on DPD's end about when it pulls the information through. So it needs to change somehow to know that an order's updated. The only way we could do it is to like edit the order or create a new order for the customer, and it's just painful. It's painful, and it gets really confusing really quickly. So I think we're good. Basil says, I used to work for DPD's IT department. Are they allowing them out of the basement to visit you? Apparently so. Apparently so. I don't know where the DPD office is that they're coming from, but the DPD rep that we have, who she's very nice. She's called Danielle. She's lovely. She's going to come along and bring someone with her who can apparently fix it. So yeah, anyway, it's the DPD e-commerce software that we're using, and I'll be honest, it's not as slick as UPS or DHL or pretty much any other service. It's quite clunky and awkward to use, certainly how we use it anyway, but hopefully this will make things easier. And it should take, instead of it taking about 8 minutes for us to copy and paste everything over and recreate the order, because we have to like manually type in the name of the product and weights and pricing and VAT and shipping addresses and phone numbers and email addresses and box sizes, which is normally automatic. So it takes us between 5 and 8 minutes, depending on how complex the order is, to do that at the minute for DPD, for group buy orders. And for an in-stock order, it takes about 20 seconds. So there's a big gap there between how quickly we can process them. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Thanks for reaffirming Collane's rec. The one thing I'm concerned about is the gradient on it with the keys on the left and the right. I think it'll look fine. Stores that says choo choo. Oh, did we have a hype train going? I missed that. Sorry. Notice the mug today doesn't look wonky. This is just a standard Le Creuset mug. It is a different mug. It's pink. I like pink things. But yeah, this one's not wonky, which is great. $2,000 to $4,000 extortion. Yeah, so ERP systems typically do a lot more. They would give us other opportunities to do things with the software. So we'd be able to move all of our stock control away from Shopify and onto the ERP systems. We'd be able to connect it up to things like Power BI for dashboards and things like that. But that would only be really worthwhile if we were significantly bigger than we are. If we were like the size of a company, like say, I don't know, who else uses Shopify that's a big company, like Lanx, where they're doing 200 million a year, maybe it would be worthwhile. But no. That's just how it is. Sorry, I'll build my own courier service. Fair, let's do it. Who's coming? Yeah, she's called Danielle. Her surname begins with a C, but I've forgotten it right now. I can't remember what it is. I know it's a C name, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, she's called Danielle. She's just a sales rep, but she's bringing someone with them. So I don't know. It might be the Danny that you know, I'm afraid, Basil. It may not be. It may not be. Power BI talk, is it Monday morning already? Well, no, but like these are the things you have to think about when you're running a business. Like you have to understand metrics and management information and how you're adapting to it all and what you're doing to it, right? But that's only me and the company. Like no one else does any of that. Sharon manages the kind of like the financial side of things for the accountant and creating and project managing the projects, and Mel manages the warehouse, the physical movement of stock and the packaging, and I kind of do everything in between. So working with designers and doing royalty calculations and kind of like coming up with new ideas and working with all of the management information that we use to make decisions, making those decisions, streaming, social media, advertising, emails, customer support, working with the factories and things like that. So yeah, it all depends on what you want to do. But yes, Power BI is something I'm very, very good at. I used to use it a lot when I worked a proper job, Power BI. And I have played around with some of the things you can do with Claude and Power BI and other tools, which is quite fun. So yeah, call it basic parcel delivery. Nice. Svengali, hey man, thanks to see you. I don't think I'd be cut out running a business. Sounds like a headache. It is, because there's a million things in flux at any one given time, and like Mel and Sharon both only work part-time, so when they're not in, I have to cover for them as well. So if Sharon's not in and a new product's due to go live and we haven't talked about it as a team and it's not, the page isn't ready, I have to go and sit down and create product pages and copy text and do all of that kind of stuff. And I also do all of the website development myself. So anytime there's a new feature or a new change, or I want to push an update out, or you know, whatever, that's all down to me and my free time. And then because Mel's part-time, when she's not in, I'll pack all of the orders and everything else. So it's kind of like a mishmash of how we run it. But yeah, Rayfin is the new kid on the block these days. Yeah, I've not played around with Rayfin, but I hope it's good. Could do a drinking game at work where you take a shot every time someone proposes a new dashboard. Absolutely, you could. But the beauty of it is they can create their own dashboards if they know what they're doing, and they don't need anyone else's input, right? And you don't need a dashboard for everything. You just need a dashboard for the key things. So yeah, apologies, my nose is running like a freight train at the minute. Excuse me, that was very attractive, wasn't it? Glad to see the stream has been stable lately. Yes, thank you, Gorkas. A man who may or may not be watching provided a lot of support on that and got us up and running in a good way. So thank you very much to him. We have names for a lot of the couriers: DPD, the parcel dudes, DHL, drop it, hide it, lose it, UPS, oops. I think there are more. Yeah, we call UPS ups, as in oopsie daisy. DHL are usually pretty good. Some of the drivers have names. There's one DHL driver, he doesn't come here anymore, but there used to be a DHL driver years and years ago called Ryan, who was just the grumpiest man I have ever met in my life. Nothing was ever good enough for Ryan, and he was always just incredibly grumpy about everything. Yeah, he got some nicknames. I won't say what they are because they weren't particularly polite. They did rhyme with Ryan though. Maybe you can figure it out from that. Royal Snail. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't use Royal Mail much unless customers pick it. And we can only pick it for like large letter items, because anything else, it's just cheaper to ship with DPD anyway than it is to do a small parcel through Royal Mail for most things. So yeah, we don't tend to do much Royal Mail. Maybe 20 packages a week by Royal Mail, and the other few hundred by DPD. So yeah, it's pretty good though. Right, okay. Probably time to do some shilling. So I do have my browser. Where's my trusty browser gone? There it is. This is where it's going to show you the wrong browser. So is it going to show you? No, here we go. So I have a few things to tell you about. Pokemon Kid, thank you so much for lighting up the pink rocket ship for 36 months. Happy 3rd PT birthday. A few things I do need to tell you about. Now, there's some things on here that are live that I did not ping about on Friday because I wrote the message, I thought I'd hit enter, and I got here this afternoon and I realized that I hadn't, so I will be adding those to the Monday announcement, the Monday drop. But the GMK CYL Noir small batch is now live. It's a pretty solid base kit for a small batch. It's got some of the novelties included. If it hits 1,000 MOQ, there will be an ISO Enter novelty as well. So that might be something you want to consider picking up. It's not quite white on black. It's kind of like a dusky, browny, dark kind of colour. It's not quite black, but it's almost black. So that might be something you want to consider picking up. PBS Black on Black is now back. So this is back into group buy. This is PBS Black on Black. Again, pretty standard base kit. I know the legends are hard to see there. They are there, I promise. If you look on the website, you'll see them. There you go. You can see them a little bit better there. That's a real photograph of the previous round. So these caps have been made before. The Tofu TKL R2 is also live. Now, this is a little bit more complex. This is not as easy to order as some other group buys, mainly because there's so many options, and KBD fans have tried to help us out with using their configurator. So the instructions are here. It says go through the configurator above or below and select your options. At the end of the configurator, you're given a configuration code and the total cost, including UKV, VAT. Copy the code, add the board to cart for the pound or £1.20, whatever it works out with VAT. Paste the configuration code into the notes section, check out for £1, and then we'll check everything over and invoice you for the actual cost of the board. And then you have until August the 15th to pay your invoices. And also you need to know, if you'd like an ISO version of the PCB, you can just add ISO to the end of your code and we'll make sure that that's the ISO version of that PCB. So where's the configurator? Well, it's in 3 places. Use the configurator here. You can use the configurator here, or you can use the configurator here. People struggle to read sometimes, so I thought I'd do a few. We will have an embedded version. I do have it in test at the minute, but it's not quite working, so I just need to figure out with KBD fans how that works. But effectively on the configurator, you can start off with the top case. You pick what color top case you want and what layout. So let's say you want winkeyless red. Then you pick your bottom case, and again you can pick whatever color bottom case you want, and it will update the renders live for you. Let's say you want silver textured. For the weight, do you want aluminium sandblasted? It's in here, look, sandblasted. It's in steel, sandblasted copper, or no thanks. Let's say you wanted the sandblasted stainless steel. Plate, let's say you picked CF and it updates the render. PCB, let's say you wanted the dual mode hot swap PCB. And then the foam kits, let's say you wanted the hot swap foams and a silver wrist rest to go with that, with some batteries as well. And you click on finish and it gives you all of the details that you selected. It gives you the price in pounds, including VAT, and the weight of the board. And it also gives you this code here at the bottom. If you can see where my cursor is, you click on the copy button, you go back to our website, you add this to cart. And then when you view the cart, all you need to do is just paste the code into there, just like so. And if you want the ISO one, you just add -ISO at the end, and we'll make sure that the PCB is for the ISO one. Check out for the £1. It might charge you 20 pence VAT at checkout, but then we'll invoice you for the difference, the actual balance, within the next day or so, which is nice and easy. In-stock drops. There's been a lot of in-stock drops recently, and there's more to come. There's kind of like a big load coming on Monday, so watch out for that. But SWG rubber is now in stock with a ton of compatibility, and of course UK ISO. Novelties are there as well, and numpad. They have been selling out, so there might be some kits that are sold out. Yeah, the novelties have sold out, so it's just the numpad and the base kit left. There's the Cap Santa Lum desk mats. These are amazing and available in 2 colors. Super cool desk mats. And of course there's the key set as well. I think there's only 1 or 2 left of the Yeah, it says low order on the green base kit right now, so you might want to pick those up soon. And of course, DCS Superworld dropped earlier on this week, which is basically DCS Hyperfuse, Hyperfuse Superworld, Hyper Super Fuse World. You get the naming convention. Okay, cool. But I think that's it. Shilling done. That's all we need to shill. Oh, and maybe you want to go pick up some coffee from Jay's Roastery, but it will be your last chance because I'm closing the website down in a few days to rebrand the whole thing. So watch out for that coming on a stream soon. Right, okay, I think that's everything on there. So let's turn that, oops, wrong one. Let's turn that off and catch up with chat. DHL have invented teleportation though and not told anyone. How they get parcels across to the other side of the planet and delivered as quickly as they do is amazing. Yeah, so we've shipped, there was one Monday morning when we used to have collections first thing in the morning, and we shipped a package. The customer ordered like Monday, early hours of Monday morning, like 3 a.m. UK time Monday morning. We got to the workshop, packed it. DHL came at like 10 past 8 in the morning. We packed it, shipped it, it left us. So within 3 or 4 hours of customer ordering it, it had left PT. It was on the flight. And then at 6 p.m. the customer's time in California, which was about midnight here, so right at the very end of the day, it was delivered. Same day, the same dated day. So the customer ordered, let's say it was the 1st of July. They ordered on the 1st of July and they got it delivered on the 1st of July. It was insane. It was insane. So it's only happened once, but it kind of gives you an idea. Jay, what's your most anticipated rerun? It's already happened. Midnight Rainbow reran in SWG, and will be coming to pre-order soon because I've bought a ton of extras of that. So watch out for the pre-order very, very soon. Let the shilling begin. GMK Windbreaker, bye. Windbreaker looks so good though, doesn't it? Like it's just a pretty set. Is GMK Windbreaker. It's just one of those sets that makes me really happy. I love a bright colour. Did you find out if the Agar micro keycaps at all? Yeah, Sharon's looking into that. Yeah, Sharon's going to look into all of the accessories and see if she can get that sorted. Yeah. Pokemon Kid says, evening Jay, how's it going? Good weekend? Yeah, not too bad. It's been a pretty easy weekend for me. I did a little bit of shopping yesterday with my wife and watched the Formula One this morning. I also went to a car boot sale this morning. My brother wanted to do the car boot sellers and take things to sell, and I've never done that before, so I turned up with him and we got there at 7 o'clock this morning, and it was interesting to say the least. But yeah, it was good fun. And then F1 and then stream. So I've been up since like 5 o'clock this morning now. It's a long day already. Jay, can we use Klarna on the tofu TKL invoice, not the £1 one? So we've actually been told by Klarna that we should never allow a customer to use Klarna for a pre-order or a group buy dynamics. Apparently that is against Klarna's terms and conditions, and I have no way of turning them off for specific products, unfortunately. But that is the official guidance from Klarna, that you shouldn't use it for a pre-order or a group buy. It should only be used for in-stock items. I suspect it's because it's like a credit thing, but I don't know. Is there an ISO HE PCB? Pass. I don't know, but I'll have a list of the ISO PCBs on the product listing by the end of tomorrow, Pokemon Kid. So yeah. Can you record this and add this as a video for those people who don't read tofu ordering? I probably could do. Yeah, I'll have a figure out of that. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that tomorrow. Teleportation in it. Yeah, I mean, it was incredibly quick to get it to America that fast. I think it just happened to get picked up from here and then dropped off at the depot just in time for like the 9 o'clock plane or whatever happened, and then it just arrived in America at the right time to get on the van for the last deliveries of the day. And yeah, it was lovely. I may pick up an Agar Mini. Been saying I'll buy a 40 for ages. Yeah, I do like the Agar Mini. If I was picking up a 40 right now, it would probably be the Keyboy. I think that's a 50 technically, but the Keyboy would be what I'd pick up. But yeah, they're both great keyboards. Bingley and Leeds Airport car boot is fun. This was just one in Wakefield. It was at Thorns Park, I think. It was fine. There was maybe 200 cars there, I think, and then maybe triple that for buyers rather than sellers. But yeah, maybe 100 cars for sellers, maybe maybe not 200, maybe 100 cards for sales. It's good. Honestly, after you shilling it so much, I got GMK Windbreaker. It showed up Thursday, and I've just used it and only it since. It's my favorite set. I'm glad you like it, Liam. I'm glad you like it. It is such a good set. It's such a pretty set. Car boots are great. Low ball city if you're selling though. You do that for £1, mate. I mean, like, I was there for 3 hours this morning, something like that. I wasn't there till the end, and my brother had this because I used to run a pub, he had a load of old pub glasses, and he'd got them up 4 for £1 or 50p each. Like, if you wanted one, it was 50p, or you could get 4 for £1, which I think was a pretty good deal. And he had someone like just bartering with him over like, could they get 10 for £1? And it's like, guys, it's £1, like it's £1. And he had some other things, like there was some kids' clothes or whatever, and he was like, oh, it's 50p for a t-shirt, and they're like, oh no, we want it for 40p, and it's like, it's 10p, guys, it's 10p. Like why are we arguing over 10p? Maybe I'm just not in that mindset, I don't know. But yeah, it was interesting. True Blaze, good evening, good sir. Dynamic says half my PS1 games are car boot derived. Yeah, I did have a look around. There was nothing PS1. I did have a little wander around for 10 minutes, and what I was really looking for was one, any old vintage like PCs and tech and stuff like that. There was nothing like that. There was a couple of keyboards, but they were all crappy Dell type things, like, you know, whatever, membrane stuff. And then there was only one stall that had any video games on, and it was all PS3 kind of era, which I kind of have most of the stuff I want from that era. There's some stuff that I'm trying to re-find from PS1 that I used to have when I was a kid that I've lost or sold or traded or given away over the years. Because I've been replaying Final Fantasy VII on the PS1 that I built the other day. And I have got an ultimate PS1 build that I'm doing with a HDMI mod coming very, very soon, which I'll be doing on a Thursday stream. So watch out for that. Because I've just finished doing my Dreamcast as well. This is like a hard coded HDMI, so it's a native HDMI mod, so you literally get soldered into the main motherboard on like a ribbon cable. Super hard to solder, but hey, it works. Does the Dreamcast, which I was pretty impressed with. I just need to get my GD EMU now working, so yeah. Yeah, this is native HDMI basically, Dynamics. So it's like a ribbon cable that you solder onto a couple of the chips to make sure that sound and everything else can be transported over it's through a ribbon cable and then into a small board, and then from the small board it goes to HDMI. And I think you get a ton of options. You can set it to be like 480p and, you know, other stuff, but it's basically native HDMI. It's pretty cool stuff. You do miss blowing into SCART like a Nintendo cartridge. I tend to prefer component.
Incredible.
So if you follow on Instagram, you'll have seen that I have an old Sony Triniton CRT here in the workshop with a couch in front of it, and I've got my N64 and my PS1, my unmodded PS1 and my unmodded N64 plugged in just over a component cable, one into the back and one into the side. But that's quite fun. Desmond is gorgeous. Wow. This will be in stock tomorrow. I know I've been promising this for a few days, but this will be in stock tomorrow. It's super cool. It's creepy cute stuff, and I really, really like it. It's really, really nice. I didn't make this. No, this is a design that was for a specific group buy of keycaps, and it was to go with the keyboard and keycaps. But it will be in stock on our website, prototypist.net, which you can see just here. This website just here, prototypist.net. It will be in stock tomorrow, and we'll announce it on Discord as well. Yeah, it's a super cool desk mount. Super, super cool. Might be time to actually complete Abe's Odyssey. I've never completed the first game. I think I completed the second one, but I never completed the first. Just because it's relevant to the stream title, my Neo70 is the Anno Silver with GMK Blot and Gator on lanes. It's such a nice board. Nice. Reminds me of that poem about the stars. Which poem for boxes? Which poem? Do you think that Matt would go with Analog Dreams? Yeah, probably so. Let me grab Analog Dreams and I'll show you. Where is it? Oh, is it? I think you'll find that this map will go quite nicely with the colours from Analog Dreams. I think if you look at those colours and you see what that looks like with the map, I think that looks pretty good. try and lay out some of the colours here for you to see. I think that looks pretty nice. I think that goes pretty well, kind of with the theming and everything else. Looks pretty good. Every time I go into CEX, I marvel at the old games, but the prices are so high now. £100 plus for PS1 games. What PS1 games are £100 plus? I've got maybe 100, 150 PS1 games. There's a few that I'm missing, but I can't imagine any of them are £100 plus. I'd buy the Finer Things mat for Analog Dreams. Maybe. The Finer Things mat is really, really nice, actually. Flora Foxy says, it's the two-headed calf by Laura Gilpin. Tomorrow, when the farm boys find this freak of nature, they will wrap his body in newspaper and carry him to the museum. But tonight he's alive and in the north field with his mother. It's a perfect summer evening. The moon rising over the orchard and the wind in the grass. And as he stares into the sky, there are twice as many stars as usual. That's very beautiful. I love that. That's really nice. Flora Foxes, thank you for sharing that. That's really nice. It's very sad. It's very nice. Right, okay, so what else do I need to tell you about today? We talked about PT News, we talked about the stuff that's coming. There's a load of stuff dropping in stock. In fact, actually, I have a list. This is the stuff that's dropping in stock tomorrow. I took a photo of all of the stuff I've written on the whiteboard downstairs, so let me tell you what's coming in stock tomorrow. Where is that photograph? Okay, so we've got PBT Fans Budgerigar, PBT Fans Absolute, Cherry Love desk mats to match GMK Cherry Love, GMK Mutagen desk mats, GMK Gurakawa desk mats, of which this is one, GMK Mictlan desk mats, GMK Kaiju desk mats, GMK Ada desk mats, and the ASCII F. That's everything that's going in stock tomorrow, plus anything else that we get through. So I think there's some PBS in the workshop, there's some more KKB in the workshop, there's some more GMK on the way. There's all sorts of stuff going to be in stock very soon. So yeah. Silent Hill, no way. Silent Hill is not £140. Matt, no, it can't be. It can't be. There will be some, but only very limited numbers dynamics. I don't have a date for it as yet. There'll also be DK1 extras, but I don't know when they will be. Probably later on in the week. And if anything slips tomorrow from tomorrow's list, it will be the ASCII F, because that's quite difficult to do. So yeah. I can't imagine Silent Hill's £140. Let's I need to check that. Let's have a look on eBay. I can't believe that Silent Hill is PS1 Silent Hill. £68, £120, £140. What? Like I didn't believe this, but £146. £93 and it's the all platinum version. The guidebook is £150. I think I have the guidebook somewhere. What? How on earth is Silent Hill that price? That's insane. Show the sold listings. Wait, where do I do that? Where do I do that? Is like a tag for that? No, there's a couple left to ship out on Monday, Rue. Where's the sold? There used to be a checkbox to say that it was by sold. Bottom tag. Wait, what? Where? Last tag, is that it? There used to be a tag. What file is it? Show only completed items. There we go. £125 sold today. Best offer accepted of £70. £130. Next, you'll be telling me like PS1 Resident Evil is like really expensive. What? Oh, that's. Oh, I thought that was Resident Evil is going to be 58 quid then, but it's not. Like, okay, 20 quid. Okay, 30 quid. Fine. Yeah, okay. 63 quid for 2. Okay, and the director's cut was 40 quid. That's a little bit high. £224 for Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Survivor, and Resident Evil 3. That seems like a bit of a leap. And Sony killed physical media recently. Yeah, I know. I can see why they've done that. Do you know, I remember years and years ago getting a job lot of PS1 stuff, and I say years and years ago, it's probably only like 8 or 9 years ago, probably just pre-COVID, somewhere around there. And I got like 8 or how many games would it have been? Might have been 40 games, something like that. And I think I paid like 12 quid. Insane. Oh, I know Castlevania is expensive because I paid a lot for that when I did buy it a few years back, and I think that was pre-COVID. I think I paid 80 quid for it, so it doesn't surprise me that that's expensive. I'm not sure I'd sell it for 550. Like, that feels a lot, but yeah. Castlevania is. I know that's spendy. There used to be another one called Karushi. I don't know if you guys ever played that. It was like a puzzle block game. That always used to be really expensive as well, but I suspect that is not anymore. But let's have a look. This is now become, yeah, like 50 quid, yeah, for the original one. Yeah, 50 quid there as well. Yeah. Oh, and that one's only 6. Oh, it's bidding though. Ended on 25th of June. Yeah, okay. So yeah, some strange pricing on some vintage game stuff these days. Quick hi, lovelies, before I head to dinner. Hope everything's had a real weekend. How cool does Jay's Deathmatch look? Thanks, man. These will be in stock tomorrow, buddy, and you know where to get them. Have fun at dinner and have a nice drink for me. Man, vintage video games pricing is just through the roof. Crazy stuff. Right, one of the other big things I wanted to tell you about is a little thing that I want to show you. So I'm going to turn something on now, and what I'm going to turn on is basically going to give you a hint about something that's coming soon that we're going to do. So this is what I'm turning on. It's this bit here. You can see it here on my screen. This just here. And this might be for when we start to do some live stream auctions of keyboard gear. So one of the things that Crispies and I have been working on, mainly Crispies, I've just turned it on, that's all I've done, is playing with some, and this works live. Let me see if I can load up the website really quickly. Hold on, I need to go into Discord and have a chat with Crispies. Where's my link? There it is. Oh wait, I need it. It's secure, and it's way more secure than I expected it to be. So it won't do that, Dynamics, but there will be a website where you'll be able to do things such as add a bid. And I thought this would be really fun to do for a number of different things. I'll show you how it works first. Let me find the other bit. Right, okay. So, oh, it's because it's finished. Right. Let me set up a new auction. So I'm gonna set up a new auction just to kind of give you an idea of what it's gonna be like and how it's gonna work. So let's make this something stream related. I just need an image. Okay. This is taking me a second to work out, but I'm gonna show you how it works. Right. Okay. So what you'll see that now we have Resident Evil is now the item. There's a little countdown timer in the top corner that counts down how long it's going to be until it ends. It gives you the title here and a bit of a description, and then at the same time there is also a place where you can bid on it, and that looks a little bit like this. This is a website in the background, so you can see here there's the stream link on the side up here. This is where the stream is. There's the image of whatever we'll be selling and auctioning. We're going to do this for charity as well, which I'll talk about in a minute, and you'll see that you'll be able to add a bid, so you'll be able to sign in and you'll be able to bid, and as people bid you'll see it's now gone up to £10 on here. So if I hide this again, we can be talking and you guys can be bidding, and every time you bid, this price right here is going to go up, and it tells you who's leading as well and who the highest bidder is, and you know how high the bidding is going. And of course it's not worth £50, but we've got that. So yeah, so we're going to work on the styling and we're going to work on all of these other bits and pieces, but it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to have a ton of fun with it. Now, the way the auction's going to work and the way we're actually going to run it, I'm going to turn this off because I don't actually need it. But the way it's going to work and the way we're going to run it is it's going to be mostly my personal stuff. Occasionally there'll be some stuff from PT. And if it's stuff from PT, the whole total. So with the first one, we're going to try this next week with just one item, and it's going to be the board we're going to build today. This is going to be the Neo70 avocado. We're going to auction this off next week to test the software and make sure it works correctly. So this stream time next week is when we're going to do that. And the idea is that if it's something from PT, the whole amount will go to charity. Every last penny. So when we do the Neo 70 next week in avocado, every single penny we raise will go to charity. If it's something from my personal collection, I don't have a personal keyboard to hand. I do. And let's say it's this, and I'm auctioning this off. And let's say I want to get back from my own personal collection. I'm selling something. I want to get back £100. We'll set a reserve at say £80, which is the lowest I'd take for it. And as soon as we hit £100, that's my money taken away. Every single pound after that will go to charity. So if we sell this for 150 quid, I get my 100 quid for the keyboard, and then we get 50 quid for charity. And we're going to have those prices clearly documented and listed, and it will be very, very clear, so everyone will know how much we're raising for charity. And we'll turn on donations as well. So if you wanted to donate your bid, even if you didn't win, you would be able to do that as well. And the idea is that we'll have maybe, when we do the auction in about a month's time, we'll have maybe 10 or 15 different keyboards and key sets and things like that, and we'll do like a whole stream dedicated to it. I'll do some advertising, we'll get as many people watching as we can, and we will just sell some stuff, and it'll be really, really fun. And then the other thing I want to do as well is do an actual auction here at PTHQ. So when we do our next open day, where you guys can come along and we'll do a mini meetup here at the workshop where you guys can bring your own keyboards, we'll auction off some stuff solely for charity at that event as well. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone who suggested this on stream last week, and Chris as well, who's been telling me to do this for months. And thank you very much to Chris, who's built the software that allows us to do this, because it's really, really cool and very incredible of him. So yeah, big props to Chris for that. But I think it's about time we did something back for the community and had fun with it and try to make, me some money. Being completely selfish, I need to sell some of my personal collection, find some great keyboards, a new home, and at the same time, have some fun with it. And I think there's some that we'll do for like a longer auction period. So there'll be some stuff that is probably not appropriate to sell in that short-term format, such as the Seneca and my engraved keyboards, and we'll maybe put them on like a week-long auction, more like a traditional eBay style listing, and see how that goes. So yeah. Right, catch up with chat. A Little Eccentric says, I never had my own PS1. My brother did, but I ended up with a GameCube. Still works too. Yes, I have a GameCube. Mine was the pumpkin spice orange colorway, and it's over on a shelf just over there. But I grew up very much in the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, and then PS1 era. And then by the time that the by the time that maybe up to through the GameCube and the Wii, and then a little bit of Xbox, but not much. But then I've always had the latest PlayStation, whatever that is. So yeah. Newfie says, ooh, and then puts a spaceship. Nice. Wolfie says, I'm going to lose some serious money. We just want to have a bit of fun with it. Bid 19, bid plus 50, snipe, Argentinian snipe. I could hook it into Twitch chat, but it'll be slow. Best not to. We'll just have it live on the website. Nitram, hey man. He says, hey yo, first time back in a bit. Life has been crazy, but I'm making my life a bit better for myself. Good for you, man. I hope things are okay. It's also just base Mantine styling. It will get a UI rewrite before you all see it. Nice. Next week. We'll do it, dude. You want. We're just going to do one test next week. We're just going to do one item next week, Chris. It's fine. It works as it is. It works as it is. So, yeah. Get with the program. It is my program. We've talked about this. PT is a charity. Maybe in some ways, but the charity we'll be collecting funds for will be Macmillan Cancer Support. My mum died in 2019 and pre-COVID. And the Macmillan Cancer Support Group at the hospice where she passed away were just absolutely incredible. So every time I try and raise money for charity, it's always for them. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to raise money for them. Does this mean that Trump can call you for some adjustments? No. Trump can call no one for adjustments. Which charity can you have in mind? Yeah, it'll be Macmillan Cancer Support. They were just fantastic and amazing, and they have the patience of saints. How people can do that job and remain so upbeat and professional, I don't know, because I'd just be devastated constantly and I wouldn't be able to do it. So yeah, that'll be the charity. But Jay's always looking to help out the community. I try. I think it's my responsibility as a business owner to try and foster the community as well as foster keyboards in general, and to try and make things as good as possible for whatever we're doing, right? Like that's the aim across all of it. Like there's no point in being selfish with this kind of thing. Well, whatever's good for you guys is ultimately good for PT. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Wonderful charity. Thanks, Wolfie. I appreciate that. And you, Chris, as well. Thank you guys for supporting that. I appreciate it. We can have fun and I lose my money. It's a win-win. Yeah, we can have fun. We can raise some money for charity and you guys get cool new things. It sounds like an amazing time. So yeah, so we're going to do that. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And I do want to do the kind of like live one as well, because I'd love to be able to do like the live, you know, where people holding up cards and we can just point out at people and say, oh yeah, now we're bidding at 50 pounds, people, 50 pounds, here we go. Anyone have got a bid at 51 for you, sir, over there wearing the red hat. And now we're at 52. Has anyone got 52 pounds for you? Is it going once? Is it going twice? Sold for 52 pounds, you know, things like that. I'd love to be able to do that live. So yeah. Skimson, thank you so much for 35 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, true, but you go beyond that, Jay. It's the reason I am happy to grant PT so much of my paychecks. Well, I appreciate you, man. But like, we just do what we do. Like, we do what we need to do, and you know, like, I've been in the hobby for a long time. I've been in the hobby for about since 2012 was the first time I joined a group by 2012. So, and I was in the hobby a little bit before that, maybe for a year or so before. So, you know, how many, 14, 15 years, something like that. It's been a massive part of my life. And yeah, I just want to try and help as many people understand what it's all about. So yeah, Storage Wars vibes, something like that. I was thinking more like Sotheby's rather than Storage Wars, but yeah, we'll take that. Right, okay, so I think I've given you all of the news about everything that we're doing. Told you about the upcoming auction, and we will do like this. I'm gonna like pick a date after I've documented all of my personal collections to do like a big auction. So yeah, the best I can do is QVC. What would you do if the Neo went for $199 when you auction it? If the Neo in like next week goes for $199, it goes for $199. That's I'm pretty sure it won't, but that's fine. That won't have a reserve on it, because whatever we sell it for is for charity. So, you know, yeah, you can outbid yourself as well. So if you thought, oh, I've only put a $5 down and it's going to win, you can outbid yourself. So yeah, price on asking. Maybe, yeah. It just just what it is. Like, you know, when we're doing it for charity, it's a little bit different. If it's something of mine that's for sale and it doesn't hit the price point I need it to, it just, you know, like any other auction, it didn't hit the, you know, reserve amount. It's not sold, and that's it. That's it. So we'll see. Right. Okay. It is time to build a keyboard though now, because that's kind of what we're here for. And we're going to build a green, avocado green Neo70. But I am going to take a very, very quick break because I'm losing my voice a little bit because I've been speaking all day. And I'm going to go grab some water. So I'm back in 2 minutes, something like that. I'll see you guys very, very, very soon. Okay, I'm back. You keep mentioning features I haven't implemented. What features? I haven't mentioned any features you haven't implemented. There isn't a single thing that you've... There's not a single thing that I've mentioned that isn't already part of that software, Mr. Bezic. Not a single thing. You need a list off me? Okay. You thought I just yapped? Reed, are you being sarcastic, Mr. Reed? We want fireworks to go off on screen when we win. Can you make that possible for next week? Like actual fireworks? I need an account manager. I'm sorry, Mr. Bezic, but I haven't mentioned a single feature that your software doesn't already have. We'll ask for all these features and not use them. That is the way. That is the way. Refer them to customer service and keep them on hold. That's not the way. How's the temperature today, by the way? I hope it's finally cooler over there. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler. I think it's about 20, 22 degrees today. It's 17 right now, but it is getting dark outside. I do still have my fan on, but not the AC today. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's nice and comfortable. It's not sweltering. And it's not going to kill me. But yeah, Mr. Bezic, I don't know. What are you saying? KJ, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub and for lighting up the pink rocket ship. Congratulations. Right, okay. It is time to build a keyboard though now, I suppose. No wildfires encroaching. No, the wildfires got put out a few days ago, but they were like 40 miles away, so yeah. Set a pic of Santa Lum on the Theseus in SPC. Let me have a look. Oh, I think that looks really, really good, Reed. I really like that. I don't know why you wouldn't. I think that looks great. Love it. Is that a leaning tower of keycaps behind you? Yeah, so my personal collection of keycaps is over on this wall, and if the camera decides to behave, I can show you what that looks like. There you go. So those are a lot of my keycaps, and as you'll see at the top, they are double stacked. So there's like 2 rows, but there is a lot of keycap sets there. There's a couple hundred keycap sets, so you'll see it's like full 2 rows, mostly GMK, but some other keycaps as well. Yeah, we have plenty of keycaps here because that's just how we roll. Come on, camera, where are you going to be? There we go. Millions of switches? No, I have millions of switches in stock on the website though. He's building a keyboard for next week. Yes, I am. Yes. Don't know what to do on the left. I think it's nice. I like it as it is for a street. You know, building a wall with bricks would be cheaper. But Jesus, that's a lot of keycaps. Matt, you've been here. You've seen it. So you know what it's like here. No shield today. In terms of the Wing 60 Solar or Polar, what's personal verdict for people? We've done a bit of shilling, but we can shill again. What you're talking about here, that's the back end to that software that Mr. Bezic has written. Where is my browser? There it is. It's a group buy, open group buys. For the Wing, where's the Wing? Here it is. This is a really pretty keyboard. I don't know if you've seen like any of the content on this, but it's a super cool keyboard. It has like a whole. It's basically designed on like a race car and having like the F40 style wing at the back. Underneath, and then this cool diffuser style front lip. It's a super cool keyboard. I personally prefer the orange, but the blue is insanely cool too. The orange and white, I just have a love for this colorway. It's super cool. But yeah, worthwhile picking up. 367 quid plus VAT, including VAT. Sorry. So yeah, but it ends today, so you don't have much longer to order one. Get your orders in, guys. Super cool keyboard though.
Incredible.
I'll add reserve price, a current charity counter that'll show a cumulative total of sale price. I mean, we can keep that in a spreadsheet. I didn't expect that to be built into it. Reserve price was just something I was going to verbally say, like it needs to hit, 100 quid. I didn't need that to be in there. UI improvement, well, you'd already said you were doing that, so that's fine. So yeah, I think we don't need those. Looking forward to the auction next week. Such an awesome feature, and especially for a charity, awesome support. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Next week is just going to be a test. We're just going to do it for one, and then that'll help Chris fix whatever's broken, or me, depending on whether it's a stream thing or not. And then because I've got a load of really nice people from the SPC are coming up on August the 15th, I think it is, to PTHQ to spend the day with me documenting my personal collection. The actual auction, the big auction, will be like a week or two after that. So it's probably going to be back end of August, maybe early September. We'll figure it out. So yeah. Done an auth rewrite, some other stuff, and I'm going to load test it tomorrow. Nice, thank you, Mr. Bisley. I appreciate it. Right, okay, let's crack on with the actual build, because I'm conscious there's a whole lot of building to do on a keyboard, and I've been burning the candle at both ends this weekend, so I'm exhausted. I've got to be back at the workshop at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So should be fun. I'm looking forward to the SPC day at PT. They're always really nice fun. Fun decks. Okay, so for the build, we are building a Neo70, which I'll show you in a second. We're going to be using 4-rep stabilizers, which I have already on hand. And we're going to be using the new Rook Studios, oops, that bag is not sealed, Big Lucky switches, which are in stock. These are in stock right now on the website. You can buy these. I'll show you those very quickly on the website. If you go to in stock switches, they are these. Super nice. All of the specs on here. Linear, 45 grams, 55 grams bottom out. All of the details there, factory lubed. Very pretty switch, and that's what we're using today. Pretty cheap as well, at £3.90 for 10. But these are super cute. They're slightly a hint of pink. Camera please. But they also have these lovely green stems, which I thought would go nicely with the avocado theming. They are really cute, Wolfie. But yes, that's the switches we're going to use. And then for keycaps, I figured because we had the damaged set of GMK Sloth on stream the other week that had been punctured, we would use GMK Sloth, and the keycaps can go with the board because then we can't sell this anymore. So yeah, we will do that. So it'll go as a fully completed build. Okay, so here's the build that we're going to build today. We have our numpad. We have our main PCB. And we have our POM plate. We also have a lot of other bits and pieces as well, which we'll need during the build, such as feet and bits and pieces and the bottom badge as well. So I'm just going to take those out and leave those to one side. We're not going to need the cable, and we're not going to use the stabilizers. We'll get rid of those because we're going to use the 4-rep stabilizers, which are probably the best on the market in my opinion right now. We'll take out the keyboard. This is the avocado and copper keyboard we're going to use for this build today. By the way, Jay, I read earlier on that the KeyGeek intros are pretty much out of stock almost everywhere in the US. You may have some of the last stock, and it doesn't look like KeyGeek are making anymore. That's correct, KeyGeek aren't making anymore. Yeah, I heard when I asked for a restock of them, people from the US won't buy switches from us though because it's just too expensive to ship them, unless they're buying like a full keyboard and everything else. So yeah, we are one of the last places to have them available. So if you haven't seen this colorway, it does have a little sparkle to it, as you can see in the camera there. It's a pretty cool color. This is going to take G&K Sloth. Not quite sure where this sticker was supposed to be, but it's not there anymore. And we're just taking off the cover from the dongle. We'll do the same on this side. Pop our foams back in. There we go. So this is going to be the case that we're going to build today. And it does have that lovely copper weight on the base, which is super, super nice. Just going to pop that to one side. And don't forget, guys, if you I don't have Dandy anymore. I no longer have G&K Dandy. I sold that a while back, but it is coming back. So that's all you need to know, I guess. It's going to happen again. One nice color, yeah. Could it be a realistic question, but do you know if you have any extra plates to drop in stock for the DK1 TKL? No, unfortunately we don't have any extra plates. We do have extra keyboards, but not extra plates for the DK1. You would from Milktooth all the time. There. The US customers won't order from the UK for switches. Like, they just don't. And I completely understand why. Okay, so we now have our plates. These are POM. Really nice. We have our TKL section as well. Goes that way around. Oh, that's the rubber O-ring. So we're going to need that shortly. In fact, actually, do you know what? We won't use the O-ring. We'll use the just the bump ons, I think, for the bump on mount. And then we can have the TKL cluster using the same mount. This board is basically my first proper custom. Nice. You have some lovely keyboards in this story. Right, okay, so we are going to use these little gasket bump-ons for the mount. We shouldn't need any more feet, but I'll keep them to one side just in case. And of course we do need the screws here to assemble the plate and PCB together. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And don't forget, guys, if you want a discount on anything in stock today, all you need to do is ask, and we'll do what we can. Don't need the dongle for today. I can just go with the keyboard. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do before we go any further,
Tasty, tasty.
is assemble the TKL cluster. So let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. So we're just going to install this part here. We're going to make sure that we've got the bottom foam. The reason why we're going to start with this is because we don't need to do any stabilizers or anything else. So we're just going to make sure we've got the foams lined up nice and even. He says something like that. He says, can we get that even better? Just put it around there. And we're just going to line that up as well. Okay. I hope if I put this the right way around. Remember J. Put the plate on top, and we're just going to take a few switches. And we're just going to make sure this is all lined up nice and evenly first of all. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to put 2 switches in here and here, and we're just going to try and get that lined up nicely. So I'm going to pop that into the switch plate. I think this way around, just to make sure everything is nice and even. I'm just going to build it kind of backwards, because it's a little bit more difficult than doing the full-on plate. He says, realizing he's put the switch in upside down. Just going to build it a little bit backwards. We'll put the top one in action. And then we're going to make sure that the foam's aligned. I'll make sure that the PEI sheet is aligned. In fact, actually, we'll do it the other way around. Nice and done. Noir and Black Snail the same colours? I'm not 100% certain. I don't think so. I think they're slightly different. They are very similar, I appreciate. Elanda, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime Gaming sub. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. I think they're better with the foams in, but your mileage might vary. I think I prefer boards that don't need foams, but I think that the Neos do sound better with it. In general, there might be certain build combinations that sound better without it. Yeah, if there's anything in stock that you guys are wanting a discount on today, just let me know. Put a message in chat, say what it is you're looking to buy, and I'll give you a discount that will expire when the stream finishes. And we'll ship it tomorrow if it's in stock. Okay, so that's this PCB built. All the switches are nicely installed. Everything's nice and flush. And we can now drop this into the case. Just going to drop this in. Oh, put the bump-ons on first. These are just little rubber gaskets. We've got enough of these actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's the little gasket bump-ons installed. I'm just going to pop that into the case now. And then we can just drop this little cover in. And that's the cluster all assembled. Okay, now it's time to do the main part of the build, which is the plate and PCB here. But before we do that, we need to do our stabilizers. So because this is going to be a giveaway board, we are going to build this ANSI. ANSI layout is what we're going to go for. Whilst they might have had civilization for thousands of years, I'm not sure they've had keyboards for thousands of years. Okay, I'm going to go for a 7U bottom row on this one. He says. Seven U bottom row. And we'll go for full left shift. ANSI enter and full backspace. We'll split right shift rather than do the full shift, I think. Passing it. Don't make them the same way as they did in the King Dynasty. Absolutely they don't. Okay, so just going to put our housings together and then we'll lubricate and assemble our stabilizers. These are 4-rep stabilizers. These are in stock right now, and they're probably the easiest to tune stabilizers that have ever been on the market. So if you're looking for a nice, easy to tune stabilizer, I would suggest these. I used to never understand 7U and why you'd want that over 6.25U with an FN key on the bottom row. Mainly because I don't tend to put FN on the bottom row. I tend to put control on caps lock because I think caps lock is overrated and no one needs it. And because control is up there, what is control then becomes my FN key effectively. Okay, let's tidy up the rest of these stabilizers now. The ancient clackle before I've lost a ton. Are you guys telling me you believe in ancient civilizations that had superior technology to what we have now? I'm going to lubricate these with BDC. I use caps locks to be fair. Okay. I mean, I can't remember the last time I needed caps lock as a key. So this is XHT BDZ, and we're just going to apply a nice amount of lubricant to the wire. Doesn't need too much on these. Just want a good coating. Nothing too thick, nothing too thin. And we're going to install these into the housings. DK1 PCB availability? No, I think we're only going to have the actual keyboards. We're not going to have any extra parts, I don't think, for the DK1. Tell that to all the people that use caps locks for their passwords. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one. I'd like to think that keyboard enthusiasts aren't like that. I like to think you all have nice, secure passwords. Georgie Powell, hey man, live stream during the World Cup final. You're killing me here, Jay. Hey, like, I watched the England game yesterday, and that was it for me for the World Cup. So I hope Spain are doing well. But nice to see you, Georgie. I hope you're doing well. I'm still jealous of your Formula One tickets. Even though I was there, I was sat opposite where you were, I think, for a lot of it. But I did not get the treatment you got. Very jealous. Okay. Type your passwords in chat. Can you imagine? I have in the past had some passwords on a macro in Via, but yeah, I no longer do that. Not because when the workshop is as open as it is and so many people are going, like, just, you know, maybe at your home keyboard it's okay. Maybe I could put it on a layer and then just have it to a specific keybind. Password 1. Super secure password 1, all caps. One, two, three, four, five. Is that your PIN number? Now that I'd be more worried about sharing. Do we have to test all keyboards before we sell them to check you have no passwords on them? No, we will format them all on in Via, though, I suspect, or whatever software runs them, just to make sure I don't have anything. Like I do have some macro set up on some keyboards for some things. Usually it's the PT workshop address, because I have to type that so often into so many different things that I usually have a macro, especially if the board's got an XT column, where I have the PT address or the PT VAT number hard coded in, so I can just press one button and it appears. So we might need to change some of those. Could play it risky and have your password as your bank details so they get your account and your money. Wow. Can you imagine? Okay, do I need to ask anyone what is the current score between Spain and Argentina? I'm hoping Spain are winning. 0-0. Okay. Started at 9 o'clock, right? Started like 20 minutes ago, I think. Maybe I should do like because usually we do a stream deal, but no one's asked me for one today, so maybe we'll do this. For every goal that gets scored, we'll do 10% discount on the website until the end of stream. Second half has just started. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm a little bit behind then. Okay. For every goal that gets scored, we'll do 10% discount on the stream until the end of the stream. So you guys will have to tell me when people have scored. I'll in fact, actually, I'll get up a little. I'll get up the website. I'll get the BBC website up in the background. Okay, I have the score up on the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the discount on the website now. We'll start it at 10% off anything in stock. And then we'll do an extra 10% up to a maximum of 40%. I'm setting the rules here. Create discount, amount of products, discount code, World Cup final. Percentage. It's currently going to be 10% because that's where we're starting, and it'll go up by 10% for every goal. For in-stock items only. So this isn't going to be like the England game where you're going to get 100% off, because I'm not that much of an idiot. Okay, I'm going to limit this to one use. It starts at 10%, I'm going to limit it to one use, and it's going to end when the stream ends. Okay, so currently it's 10%, but the code The code is now live, and it will work on anything in stock. It's 10% right now, but it will go up with every goal, up to a maximum of 40%. There you go. And the code is World Cup Final. Can I pin that comment? Why won't it let me pin it? There we go, pinned. Okay. Should auction off a discount code, maybe. Accountant is at the World Cup. Do you know, I think he did tell me he was going to the World Cup. I think he did tell me that. Up to a maximum of 40%. Can you do 20% Spain win and get revenge for us? I hope Spain win. I hope Spain win. Max 40%. Best get it in there now. It's before the goals go crazy. Absolutely right. Can you imagine? If it was the England game yesterday, I should have just done it on England goals. Can you imagine how that would have gone? Right, okay. So now we've done that, it's time to install our stabilizers. In fact, actually, no, we need to finish lubricating them. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm so focused on giving you guys money off that I'm not even finishing off the job. Still, even bring the codes, it would be 60% off. Indeed, right? But that would be a massive discount. Yeah, it's a lovely set. But it's only valid for orders made today. Like, every stream's different, Airland. But that's why we're starting off with a base 10%. So that's all it is right now. If it goes to penalties, I will just set the discount code to 25% and I'll leave it all night. I am using XHT for the stems as well, yeah. I sometimes use 205 grade 0 for the stems, but I just think XHT BDZ is just so nice that there's often no point. I was expecting like literally no one to watch today because the football was on. I thought we'd get like one viewer. So it's nice that you guys are all here. Some of us hate soccer. Hey, if England had been in the final, I would have cancelled the stream today because I would have wanted to watch that. The joys of multiple screens, that works too. BDZ lasts longer too, right? Yes, it does, yes. I'm just going to use these as clip-ins today. I'm not going to use these as screws. Don't you find it slows down the stems? Only if you put too much on. If you put just the right amount on, which I've kind of got practice at over the years, it's usually okay. So we're going to clip our spacebar in. And I'm just going to grab a flat screwdriver. I got a blood blister doing this once before, so I tend to do it this way now, just to push it in with a tool rather than my fingers, just because, well, it wasn't pleasant before. Okay, do backspace next. ANSI enter. If you do this, just be careful you don't slip and score the PCB. But I did trap like my skin between it. I got a bit of a bad blood blister from doing it. So the clip-ins now, I tend to just use a tool. Take it really safely. Okay, there we go. That's our stabilizers now all installed. Next job is to install the plate and foams and also the standoffs. So we're going to install these standoffs here. Cat hair usually slows down the stems more than lube. Yeah, if you let your cat on your keyboard, that can sometimes happen, yeah. I'm not sure what those screws are for. What did we take those out of? What screws were they for? I can't remember. I'm just going to put those into that. I cannot remember what they're for. Maybe the open him.
Tasty, tasty.
Mango Keeps, hey man, thank you so much for being here, and thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate you. Where's the open him? Literally just found some parts for it. It's already in the post. It got posted on Friday, so it should be with him very soon. It got posted on Friday. Thank you very much for the raid, Mango. I appreciate it. Hey man. Manu was chasing me on Thursday on stream, so we got it shipped out on Friday. Haven't seen the Neo70 in a hot minute. Yeah, this is one we found in the workshop a little while ago, and we are going to auction it off for charity on stream at some point soon. We've got some pretty cool new stream software that allows us to do some pretty cool auction stuff, so the plan is to do that. Okay, so now we're just going to take our standoffs and we're going to figure out where they need to go, and we've got 4 to do for the plate. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them through the PCB. Just make sure I've got the right size screwdriver for these. Slightly larger. There we go. I'm going to put them through the PCB at the points where they need to be, just like so. And then we're going to use the actual standoff itself, and we're just going to tighten that up onto there. These don't need to be super tight. We're going to pin it in place and just tighten the screw. That's the first one installed. You own 4 Neo70s? Nice. Working on a VIA compatible ADB to USB converter during the stream, and it works. What a high. Nice. How have you done that? Tell me the process, Basil. I'm very, very interested to know. And also, what board are you using that with? That's 2 done. And don't forget, you can win a prize for the best question, as the chat says. If you ask the best question on stream, we'll add a desk mat to your next order. Surprise mystery desk mat to your next order, free of charge. We have some pretty cool ones, actually. So try and ask a good question. Doesn't have to be about keyboards. It can be about anything. Asking me what my favorite switch is not a good question. That's not a good question. Just to kind of give you the level of understanding. Okay, now we're just going to drop our foams in, and we're just going to use those standoffs that we've just put in to help us position the foam. Just like so. And then we're going to take our top plate and we're going to drop that down, and then we're going to use the remaining screws. And there's 2 types of screws here. There are countersunk screws like this one, which I'm going to try and show you if I can get it to hold on. This is one of the countersunk screws, and this goes into the plate and then into the standoffs. The other type of screw is the round top screw, and that looks like this, and these go into the bottom of the PCB. So these ones are rounded on the top, and the other ones are flat on the top and designed to sit flush with the plate, because the plate has little recesses. So just remember to get them the right way around. Would help if Jay did not drop the screws all over the place. Last one. What's my least favorite switch? What's your favourite position? Interpret that however you want. Reed, you have to be a bit more specific. Favourite position for what? Do you mean in football? Do you mean in ice hockey? Do you mean how I sit on the sofa? So many different meanings to that, Reed. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Arduino plus wires plus ADB socket. MO116 with Salmon Alps. Been putting off restoring it until I can establish that it works. Sunjay time is my project time. Nice. Soccer, netball, rugby on the F1 grid bed. How you sit in the seat. All of the above. Okay, we're just going to install the switches, making sure we're putting the PCB from the back. Just to make sure we don't break any hot swap sockets. I'm going to kind of start towards the center here and just work our way out nicely, just to make sure we get a nice even pressure across the plate and we're not trying to pull anything out of context. Going back a few years, what's the juiciest bit of gossip in the keyboard world that you can now share? Juiciest bit of gossip from years ago. I don't know. Like there was a time when like 3 or 4 people who are now vendors, we were all talking about becoming vendors. I don't know if that's juicy enough for you. PC was supposed to start originally about 10 months before it did. And I'd originally planned to launch in April of 2019. But unfortunately, due to life stuff, it didn't happen until the 1st of November 2019, so we're a little bit behind. But you know, I was talking and I met with Upas and 159, who so Upas runs Canon Keys in the US. 159 ran Project Keyboard in the US, and we kind of like all decided around the same sort of time that we were going to move into becoming vendors and how we were going to do it and how we were going to help each other. That was quite fun. I don't know if that's juicy gossip. But that was quite fun, and then unfortunately we were a little bit delayed in launching because of some personal stuff, but the other guys all launched on time. And Upas is still around, of course. Project Keyboard and 159 not so much. Interesting. Actually, here's a juicy bit of goss. Actually, Dynamics. So, Jay, what case would you pick up for the keyboard bands? The Atomic Purple. So Dynamics, here is a juicy bit of gossip. I was once in a group chat with a keyboard vendor, and this vendor has since failed. And whilst I was in the group chat with them, like a voice chat, like a group voice chat, this wasn't like just a text chat, this was actually in voice chat with them. And they're from the US. They got pulled over by the police for speeding whilst they were on the Discord call, and we could hear everything the police officer was saying to them because they were driving and on loudspeaker on Discord. See if you can guess who that was. It is a now defunct US vendor. See if you guys can guess who that was. That is a true story. It was in Discord call with them. This would have been around 2020. And they got stopped by the police in America for speeding. And they remained on the Discord call throughout the whole interaction. So while you guys are trying to guess at that, I'll catch up with chat. Would you rather be dealing with your unbearable calf tattoo, it's been the bane of my life this weekend, or chicken pox? No, I didn't find my calf that bad to heal. I'm sorry yours is causing you problems. Mine was fine. In fact, touch wood, I've never had any healing issues with tattoos particularly. I have had chicken pox, and it was horrific and horrible, and I hated every second of it. I don't ever want to go through that again, so I'd rather have the tattoo, I think. At least there's something pretty at the end of it. It was not Drama Works. It was not the Keyco. Time to go to Keyboard Rip, maybe. They are on there. It wasn't me. I was not in the US. It was a US vendor. I'd be asking if they buried the body. The purple PC, yes, sorry, the purple PC, yes, is what I meant, yeah, which is the Atomic Purple one, yeah. It's healing fine. It's so itchy. Yeah, okay. I've never really had itchy tattoos particularly. Just like mildly itchy. Nothing bad. It was 159, Kajahata. Yes, congratulations. Well done. It was 159, and yeah, during the Discord call, he got caught speeding and pulled over, and he remained on the phone call with us. The Discord call, as it was. So yeah, make of that what you will. I hope that's juicy enough for gossip. But that's a true story. I'm trying to think who else was in the voice call. I think Brian from Top Clack was in the voice call at the same time. .159 was a trap speed as well. I don't know what speed he was doing. We never got confirmation of that. But he was talking to the police officer. I can't really remember anything of what was said or anything like that. So it's a very, very long time ago. Just making sure we've got everything in the right spots here. So some of the hot swap sockets are alternated around. So I'm just having to make sure we're putting the switches in the right orientation here. So for split right shift, we have to rotate those switches around 180 degrees. Officer, what's 200 miles an hour between friends? What's 200 American freedom units between friends? He's pretty cool until the tax issue. I'm not sure what happened with him, to be honest. We were both so busy around the time when Project Keyboard failed that I didn't actually find out what happened to him, or why the company failed. I assume it was taxes, but I don't know. The Adept says, so I wanted to talk to you. Okay, cool, I'm here. I'm based in the US, but I have been for the past few months been doing Sunday morning keyboards and coffee. I was curious if you might be interested to do a collab. I didn't know you guys were doing keyboards and coffee as well. We do keyboards and coffee here every Thursday and some Saturdays. But yeah, let me know. Drop me an email at The Adept and we'll see what we can do. If you could unban one motorsport controversial change, car modification feature from anything, what would it be? You know the answer to this. It's, the best rally ever. I'd bring that back. You know exactly what that is. Properly structured sentences are hard. Yeah, they are. They're really hard. I feel for you, dude. Trying to communicate in your mother language is not easy. I know. I appreciate that. Yeah, Group B rally. Group C? Group B. Wait, was it Group C? Am I misremembering here? I'd bring the whole thing back. I'd just make it a thing again, Chris. Make companies make good rally cars again. That whole era was just amazing. I have problems communicating in my native language too. I think we all do. I was being very, very sarcastic when I said that. Right, okay, so we just got the bottom row to do, and I'm just going to use my usual trick to make sure I've got these in the right place, of finding some 1.5U keycaps, doesn't matter what legends they are, some 1U keycaps, and the 7U keycap, and making sure everything fits. I'm just going to pop that's a 7U space, is it? No. Okay, the 7U space must be on something, so that's fine. We'll just use 1.5, 1U, and 1.5, and we'll get both sides done. And we'll just do it that way. You must have another 1.5 keycap ahead of you. Come on. Okay, so all I want to do here is make sure we've got these in the correct orientation and make sure we've got them in the correct spots. It is actually labeled as well, but what I like to do is just put the caps on as well, just to make sure I've got everything aligned correctly, so that when it comes to soldering or anything else, usually I know that everything's correct and that everything's got clearance and tolerance and is in good position. Well, these are the wrong way around. So that's what you can do. Now this PCB is marked, so we didn't need to do that, but we can see now that they're in the correct spots. Take the keycaps off, and they're all good. For the other side, we'll just use the markings. So we can just check where it says 7U on the markings and put the switches in there. So we can see there's two options for this key. This one is a 6.25U and this one is a 7U, so we have to rotate the switch to make sure we're getting in the 7U hot swap socket, which we have done here. And these ones are rotated to now be north facing to get into the 7U sockets there. Okay, and that's all of our switches installed. Which means we can now pop on the bump-ons and we can install it into the case. Yeah, just bring proper Spec B Rally back, I think, Chris. Thoughts on the new Moons watch and the application? I did fill out an Ester for the new Moons watch. I can't really afford it, but I do really like the black and gold, and I have got most of the other ones. There's a couple of the newer ones I don't have, but I do really like them. I would like to get it. I'm probably not going to get a spot because some of the questions I had no idea about, and I only found out after I'd filled it all out that there was a whole Reddit thread where people were trying to figure out the answers. If you haven't seen this, it's the new Moons watch from Swatch and Omega, whereby it's a specific colorway, but they're only releasing so many units. I think there's 1,600 units or something, 1,969 units for 1969. And yeah, you have to fill out a whole passport application to be able to try and win one, and you had to get all the answers right. And there were some weird questions in there, like what was the beat time of the clock when they walked down the steps of the Apollo lander, and it's like, I have no idea. I'm gonna guess. Looks really, really pretty. These switches are so cute. Little pink switches with little lime green stems. Super cute. Right, let's get it in the board. Just going to drop this into place now. There we go. Flip this over. And we can install the Neo badge, and then we can test and make sure everything works. Choice of Yamakashi, Bushmills, Blackbush, or Copeland. Copeland. No, I'd probably go Yamazaki, sorry. Yamakaze, Yamazaki. It'd probably be Yamazaki. And there's the build. I'll leave the plastic cover on for the whoever wins this board in the auction next week. Okay, time to put some keycaps on. I'm wrong. Group B. Finished all of the SOE I picked up from Yunnan. What should I try next? Pass. I don't know what that is. Am I missing something? I have no idea what that is. What are the configs on that one? This is an avocado Neo70 with copper baits, copper stroke weight, and these are Whoop Studios big lucky switches, and it's on a hot swap PCB tri-mode with a POM plate. And now we're going to put some GMK Sloth keycaps on there. These were a customer return that got damaged in return, so they're going to go for free with this. I thought you'd have changed the F1 engines back to V10s. No, they're going back to V8s, which I kind of like. I think it's nice to have them go back to V8s. We'll see. We'll see. Group B Rally was just something different, though. It was just completely different. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is steal one of the other novelties. We're going to go for that one because the one that was in this top corner did get completely and utterly smashed up in the customer's return. As you can see, it literally fell apart at the keycap. So you like them, but they never suit you. What wouldn't suit you then, John? Does that sample keycap stem have any effect on the stability of the keycap? No, it's fine. They're just a different type of stem. No effect on them at all. You're a little pink switch. Hey now. Colour of the board is so nice. It'll be up for raffle next week. It's a shame they discontinued the avocado Neo. It is, yeah. I think it was just different colour to keep going with though, just because of the coating tolerances. So the mod colour escape novelty got damaged in transit. So when the customer returned this, it got damaged. So that key no longer exists for this particular board. But we do have the rest of the keys. Wait, what's that doing there? It's completely wrong. Completely the wrong row. I've just realised this it's come with the ISO enter here as well. This customer told us they never even opened the keycap set. Like some customers, man. Like Slot 2 has so many options. Yeah, it escaped typing duties. Oh, single origin espresso. Sorry, I didn't realise that's what you were talking about. Sorry, my mind was not on coffee. I thought you were talking about a video game. I don't know why. So I mean, we've worked like to try and do like a really good single espresso, single origin espresso for Jay's Roastery. One of the challenges we have is because we aren't a massive company, we're not roasting, we're not going to be able to roast something like 2 tons of a single origin and actually sell it. So we struggle to get enough quantity in at cheap enough prices to be able to do like a roast of like 200 kilos, something like that, without having to try and go for 2 tons. It's really, really difficult though. It's really, really difficult. But it is something we're working on. So watch this space because we will have something hopefully very soon as part of the whole coffee rebrand that we're about to go through. What ones of your coffee beans would you wreck? KJ, it depends on what you like in a coffee. If you like an old school Italian roast, go for the classic blend. If you prefer a modern lighter roast, go for the sci-fi blend. If you're somewhere in between, go for the fiction blend. I tend to drink a lot of our fiction blend. It's what we have on basically as our house coffee here at the workshop. So that's what I would recommend. Right. Go for page up and page down. Insert and home. And then delete and end. There we go. Oh, there's tab. Should have the correct size shift for that. There we go. And then we've got split shift on the other side. So we want the stepped caps lock. We'll start off. 7 the spacebar. Fill out the bottom row here. Interesting that they chose to go for cis keycaps there, but right. Shift, and then we just need FN. Oh, I missed that completely. Where's the one FN key? There it is. Okay. And now, there it is. I thought I didn't have that key. We do, it's there. There we go. Excellent. So that's the Neo70 Avocado with GMK Sloth R2, Wook Studio Big Lucky switches on the gasket nubber mounts with the copper base, all ready for our auction next week. So we're going to use some new software to auction this live on stream next week. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh wait, let's catch up with chat. It was on the second layer. Thank you, Jehovah. I did find it, I think. Set pairs so nicely. It looks really good. Sloth on my retrograde parabolica, and it looks great. Sloth is a really great set. It is, yes. If you could go back in time and give yourself some advice that wasn't related to financial gain, what would you tell yourself? That's a really good question, Jamra. What would I tell myself? I would tell myself, it's still 0-0, by the way, I am watching it. I would tell myself, there's only really 2 things that I wish I'd done differently. And ironically, it would be impossible for me to have done them both differently. One of them would have had to not have happened for the other one to have been able to happen. But I do wish that I could go back and change one thing. I'm not going to say what it is on stream, but there is one thing that I wish I could go back and change. And I think my advice to my younger self, if it was before that happened, would be to watch out for that happening and make the most of that opportunity. So yeah, that's what it would be. I think you should swap to the accent coloured ANSI Enter novelty to match the accent escape. You think so? This one to match that with the darker brown? We can do that. You mean so it's like that? Okay, we can do that. That's not a problem. And then we can see how the board sounds. Whoops. Did not mean to pull the switch out as well, but we did. Oh, we put the stabilizer up too. I knew we'd mess something with the stabilizer back. Okay, I think we have it fixed there. There we go. In fact, it's not matching with the escape shade, it's triggering my OCD. It's fixed, Jehovah, it's fixed. Looks better. Too bad we make it break the board. No, it was just the stabilizer that popped out. With it being clip-in, sometimes that happens. But all now sorted. Sloth is class. It's really cool. It looks like such a good board to this. Should we see how it sounds? See what the noise is like? Let's pause the music. That sounds really, really, really good. I'm really, really happy with that. Let's get up Switch Hitter and make sure that it actually works though. Let's just double check all of the keys work. That sounds so good, so clean and poppy. I do like it when boards sound poppy. Interesting typing style. Yeah, I can't touch type to save my life.
Incredible.
Oh, we're on ISO. Start again. Okay, all working there. Okay. And FM works as well. There we go. Boom. The whole keyboard works. All looking good. Who needs it to work? Well, it does. And this is the board we're going to raffle off, auction off next week. So on stream next week, we're going to have a live auction for this with some custom software that Mr. Crispies has written, and it will show up on stream. And we will have the little bit of software that shows up just down here, and it will say the item's live, and we'll auction this board off next week for charity. So every single penny that you guys bid next week, whoever's the winning bidder, you will get this board shipped to you, and you will be able to use it and keep it, and all of the money we raise will go to charity. So please do tune in next week for your chance to win this. It might go for £2, it might go for $5, I don't know. It could go for next to nothing, but this is what we will be auctioning off next week, ready for whoever's going to win it. It should be really, really nice. It will come exactly as you see here. It will come with the keycaps, it'll come with the switches, it'll come pre-built, it'll come with the carry case, it'll come with everything that Neo boards usually come with. Yeah, I'd go for the grey ones, Jehovah. Yeah, you never know. It depends on who's watching on the stream, Kevin, and whether they want to watch. It's going to be Sinister Baby. It's going to be on this stream next week. So it will be 8 p.m. UK time on Sunday. So it will be in 1 week today, but about 2 hours earlier starting this. So 2 hours ago, whatever time it was 2 hours ago for you, that's when the stream will start next week. We're just going to, you can bid worldwide. You can bid worldwide. I'm not going to limit it to anyone. If you do it in the US, it will include your duties and taxes and your tariffs and everything else. We ship absolutely all over the world, so you can absolutely bid no matter where you are, but we will be auctioning this off for charity on stream next week. They will get the broken keycap. They'll get the keycap set as well, which was a customer return, so effectively that's just free, and they get the broken keycap with it. But yeah. So it comes with a set of GMK Sloth, the Neo70 fully working, as just tested and shown on stream, and this cool avocado colourway. Super, super cool keyboard. Sounds so nice. Sounds so good. I can't believe that it's still 0-0 on the football as well, because we do have the discount for 10%, and I suspect absolutely no one has used the discount for 10%, because why would you, when, you know, you're hoping for it to be more. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do, like, no one's going to score in the, it's the 87th minute. No one's going to score in the next 88th minute. No one's going to score in the next 2 minutes. It's going to go to penalties, let's be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the discount to 25%. I'm going to unpin that message. Wait, there we go. I'm going to repost it into chat. And it's now set to 25% off anything in stock, and that'll run. Hold on, let me delete all the bits that aren't relevant. There we go. Right, there you go. World Cup final will get you 25% off anything in stock right now. And I'll leave that on until midnight. So you have until midnight UK time, which is just under 2 hours, to take advantage of that offer. 25% off anything in stock. Can we still play marbles? We can do a match of marbles, yeah. And it's only for whilst the stream's live. Well, I say that until midnight, and it's only just because of the World Cup final. But it is in the 90th minute, and no one has scored, so it's going to go to penalties. And I said, if it went to penalties, you guys just have to get 25% discount instead of 10% for every goal, because there's been no goals. The playoff for third and fourth place should have been the final, I think. That would have been a better final. Anyway, that is me ranting about football, mainly because I want England to win, but such is life. Right, should we do a game of marbles? Do you guys want to do a game of marbles? Does that sound fun? No prize for it, it's just for fun. Let me see if I still have it installed. I do. You want to play marbles? Whoops, sorry for the ping, guys. It just bleeped to let me know I was loading the game. I apologize. Play the course where you can't die. Should we play something with a low elimination rate? The game's updating at the minute. It's going to take a second to launch. That's what the ping was a second ago. That the game was taking in an update. It is going to take a second to launch the game. Let's set up the stream so we can see the game when it starts. Okay, it's going to take a minute. We'll just wait for a minute. It's now in the 90th minute. I wonder how many minutes of extra time we're going to have in the football. Probably too many, I think. But I can't see anyone scoring yet. Argentina yet to have a single shot. Wow, that can't be the latest update. Yet to have a shot on target. Wow. I'm not sure why this is not playing. The game says it's ready to go. Why is it not working? It's taking a minute. We will play some marbles in a second. I just need to wait for the game to load. I don't know. Argentina could win the World Cup without having a shot on goal. That would be quite something. Google says Argentina's had 0 shots. Yeah, I'm just looking at that now. It says Argentina could win the World Cup. This is Chris Sutton. And he says Argentina could win the World Cup without having a shot on goal. That's kind of insane. Right, okay. Marbles is now loading. So you guys should be able to see it in a second. Is that going to show for you guys? Let's see if I can get it to show. Why? Is that going to work? Hey, there we go. There we go. You guys can see marbles now. Right, we're going to do a race. Let's do one of the community ones. Let's pick something with a really low elimination rate. I want like a single digit elimination rate, like 3% or 4% or something. 2%, there we go. Adorable airy activity. Here we go. This is what we're going to play today. So how marbles works is you guys just need to do !play into chat when it loads up. So you can see Trueblaze has done that. !play into chat now. We'll put you in there. And you'll see your name pop up on the game screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically play Marble Madness. It's going to run around a whole track. And I will give you some F1 style commentary on it whilst we're racing around the track. And whoever wins some bragging rights. They have won the bragging rights for the stream, I guess. No prizes for this. Sometimes we do prizes, but no prizes today because I haven't figured any out. But yeah, we're going to play marbles for bragging rights. In fact, we could play it for. I tell you what. Let's do it. Let's do it for something actual, tangible. Let's do it for £5 store credit. So all you need to do is whoever wins, just I'll whisper to you on Twitch. You can give me your store email address for prototypist.net, and I'll give you £5 store credit to use on anything you'd like. That's going to be the price today. £5 store credit. Right. Okay. We're going to hit start, and you've got 10 seconds to join, guys. So make sure you're in this if you want to be in it to win the £5 store credit. You've got 6 seconds to join. !play puts you into it. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Okay, we're going to race down into the spiral madness here. It looks like Namelock might just have an early. No, Firetech's got the earliest lead. He's just around the first corner. The first time we're going to go around the loop here. Nitram Namelock's there as well. It looks like Kevy Babes is towards the back with Svengali as well. Svengali was worried earlier before the stream that he might die. He's just going to be at the back instead today, but it looks like Dynamics has now got the lead and he's going to be the first down the spiral to come out the bottom. Let's see who does come out first. Posh JP is just behind, and Duva and V-Rugdush is there as well with Cherry Waves Lives. Dynamics is first with Posh JP and V-Rugdush as well, though. Straight over the boost pads, no problems there. He's straight down, and it looks like it's going to be a clear run unless he gets hit by one of the stoppers on the way down, or someone else can get some big speed up to catch up to Dynamics. V-Rugdush is there as well, so is Posh JP. Cherry Waves Live is catching up as well. I'm there in the mix as well with Newfie too. Right at the back, Svengali's up there with Clacky Keebs and Basil. Unfortunately, they're being really slow today, but there's very few obstacles on this. It's a really quick map. Let's see if Dynamics can make it through this last obstacle, this Plinko Plonko machine, and straight through. Dynamics has got this with a massive lead here. V-Rugdush and Duyana are going to come in at second and third, I think. There's nothing to stop him winning now unless someone can catch up really quickly, but I don't see it going any other way. Dynamics doesn't need a pit stop. He doesn't need any fresh tyres. He's just going to take the win. Boom. V-Rugdush comes in second, Duina comes in third, Newfie fourth, Posh JP there, almost had a run earlier on, Rue as well, Dogs, True Blaze, Jellymaster, and I round out the top 10. There we go. It looks like Nitram Namelock and Clacky Keebs are at the back with Captain Reed, Godzilla Waddle, and Tommy H. Oh no, Clacky Keebs is already in there. There we go. A water race. Can I donate my bragging rights to Captain Reed? No, you cannot. There you go, Dynamics. I know who you are anyway, but drop me a message on Discord because I know who you are, and I will add £5 store credit to your account. There we go. You didn't finish last. Should we do one more? Should we do one more race on a random track? Again, we'll do it for £5 store credit. Exclamation mark play, guys, gets you into the second race we're going to do today. This is going to be the last one. Again, this is going to be for another £5 store credit. Dynamics, if you win this, it's going to go to second place. You can't have two wins in the same day, I'm afraid. So if Dynamics does win and you come in second, you will get the prize this time. Exclamation mark play to put yourself in the game, guys. Got less than 10 seconds left to join. 5, 4, I have no idea how long this map is. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Let's see who's going to be first into the spiral of death. There is a wall in this one, so this could be quite quickly over. Looks like Chaos23 took an unusual line through there in his first. Oh no, I'm first. Jay, I somehow managed to take the lead there. And Gemma's just spun past me with Kevy Babes there as well, and Jehovah splitting up into two different sides. Firetech going around to the left, Conan and CS Jones are going around to the right. I do not know what that noise and that music was, but hey, it is what it is. Looks like we've got a magical cube here that we're all going to race into, and Dosgaz just leapfrogged everyone to get into first place, but he is slowed down. Kevy Babes and myself are there as well. Jehovah in bed comes with a massive boost of speed to make it all the way through. I have no idea where we're going now. It looks like we're going down these pipes and splitting into two. Chaos23 has the lead again. Svengali and Kevy Babes. Svengali's doing better this time around. He's in second or third here with Kevy Babes coming around on the side. Looks like Chaos23 still has the lead, but Nitram Namelock is there as well. Oh no, he's on the bottom. I thought he was on the top. Chaos23 definitely has the lead. Kevy Babes is there as well. Posh JP, I'm in there as well, but Chaos23 has got a massive lead now. Can anyone catch him up? Nana Rip is there too, and Jehovah in bed with Nitram Namelock all stuck in the back of the pack. Clacky Keebs there for the second race in a row at the back as well. Aesthetically Flip is there with Svengali though, coming through to catch up to Chaos23 as we go into the swirly maze, which has multiple moving parts here. Chaos23 sees an obstacle and just says, do you know what, I'm just going to skip that and I'm going to go around it. But he has got stuck. He has got stuck. Posh JP has taken the lead, jumped straight over the obstacle and taken the lead, but no, Chaos23 is back in the lead because Posh JP got stuck at the door, but then we're going to go into a whole raft of potentially moving people into other dimensions. These are portals. Where do you go? Oh, you come back to the start of this. So all the portals lead back to the start. You have to get to the end and avoid all the portals. Posh JP's hit them twice. V-Rugdush has died. Chaos23 is coming. Can anyone make it through this maze without getting stuck into a portal? Conan maybe. Aesthetically Flip Aesthetically Flip might make it with Posh JP. They're first through. Chaos 23 is now in third, and Philly of Fish is just behind. Big jumps coming up here on the ramps. Lots of opportunity for death. Posh JP makes first one, misses, drops down to the bottom. No one's hitting the second ramp there. All dropping down to the bottom. I don't know where this takes us, but it looks like it's going to go into this machine here, and I'm not going to be able to follow who's doing what in there because I don't know what's inside. But Posh JP has the lead right now. Maybe Aesthetically Flip just behind. Chaos 23 and Philly of Fish there as well. Captain Reed and Mad X8 are just coming up at the back. Godzilla Waddle's not too far behind, and everyone else is stuck right up the map with Beeperphone, Cherry Waves Live, myself, and Sven Garley right at the back. Sven Garley is always at the back lately, it seems. Posh JP, are you going to take the win? Is Posh JP going to get it? Or is Philly of Fish going to get it? Philly of Fish coming through. Last second, a bit of speed. Philly of Fish does take the win for £5 store credit. Posh JP is just behind with Mad 8X, Chaos 23. Who's going to get fifth? The Adept 024, Aesthetically Flip, Godzilla Waddle, Newfie, Captain Reed, and Daniel Soderstrom round out our top 10. Congratulations, guys. There we go. Sven Garley, what are you doing, man? You were worried about dying, but you've not died. You just... like, you just can't... You just... like, what's going on up here, guys? What are you guys doing? There we go. Sven Garley's made it through. And you guys are dead. Sven Garley's not going to make it to the end. The flames are going to get him. It just depends on where. Still some people up here, such as Firetech, Rue, Gemma, and CS Jones getting stuck in obstacle there. Philly of Fish does take the win. Message me, dude, on Discord for your £5 store credit. Congratulations, guys. Okay, that is Marbles over and done with for this week. Right. Okay, we built the keyboard. We talked a lot about PT News. We are going to auction that keyboard off for charity next week, so you guys get to bid on it for next week to try and generate some money for charity. I'll talk about it on that like during the week, and we're going to stream on Thursday doing some non-keyboard related stuff as well. So please do come and check out that. Additionally, we're also going to do some other bits and pieces on Instagram this week that we haven't usually done, so watch out for that if you follow us on Instagram. We'll also be on Discord, and there's a massive stock drop coming on Monday. Don't forget you can get 25% off using the pinned code, which is World Cup Final. That will expire at midnight tonight, so you can use that code up until midnight. I think, let me just check that. Yeah, up until midnight tonight, so you can get 25% off anything in stock just because as a thank you for watching the stream today by checking out and using the code World Cup Final, capital W, capital C, capital F. Don't tell everyone, it's just for you guys who watch the stream. Right, I'm going to go drive home because I need to get some sleep so that I can be back here for work in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. UK midnight, yes. UK midnight, it is in just under 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes. The discount works for an hour and 40 minutes, yes. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you on stream on Thursday and next Sunday for the auction, and I will see you on Discord and Instagram during the week as well. Have a really good rest of your weekend wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.